Alright. Hello, everyone checking out the VOD. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. It's been 3 months since my last stream. Um, little nervous, little rusty. Got a few things planned. Hopefully, they end up being entertaining and we can have a good time. As always, thank you so much for watching the VOD. If you do, please skip around. Maybe you can see some cool art, learn some good things. Going forward, the streams are going to be mostly art with a cooldown of gaming at the end. I have a few games planned for that. Hello, everybody! Studio Realness! Wow, everyone came out. Alright, thank you so much. We have so much to catch up on. It's been 3 months. Jenica, thank you. Team Kill, thank you. Nick, thank you. Why are you threatening me? First time chatter, you pull out the knife. Bruh. Pender! How's it going? No, he didn't eat me. I had to take a 3-month vacation from streaming to work. Thanks for lurking, Trace. Pender, how are you enjoying Ryza still? I missed the last couple streams. Also, if you check out in chat real quick, I'll get to the doodles and making the lines. Got a new emote. There's a secret about the emote. Some of you know. Some of you may discover it. So, keep an eye out for it. Not necessarily in my stream, but just about everywhere. Yep. Thanks for that clue, Studio. Alright, so here's how this is gonna go. We're gonna start with some back to basics. Very simple art lessons. Apparently there's an ad going, so let's just wait on that one. Rookie move. Rookie move. Man, realness, I miss seeing those Boshis, man. I miss seeing them. Do we want small tooth? Let's do see-through toothy. You two? Ah. Pender. Oh! Decompose, thank you so much for that subscription. Good to see ya. Robux? Nah, man, you ain't getting no Robux. Also, Nick, thanks for the sub. I didn't even notice that because you did it before. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. And I accidentally changed my layout. Alright. So, since I want to start with the very basics of art again. Not necessarily that I want to, but I definitely want to teach what I'm learning, or what I'm reviewing, rather. Because if you teach something out, it's going to stick in your head better. Also, how is the music? I am peaking really hard. Why didn't anyone tell me? No, True Ho! Get that out of here. So, I'm going to start with just warm-ups. I am drawing on a... why am I blanking on it? A Huion 16 Pro. So just for warm-ups, just gonna do some lines. When will you guys let True Ho die? Alright? I haven't been True Ho in like 2 years, guys. The bot went inactive? Can you try the death? You don't hear music? How's that for music? Alright. So, essentially, I'm just doing warm-ups. And then we're going to get into the very first part of what I'm reviewing. That's better? Is it a good level? The stream title sounds like Netflix and chill, but with a twist. I mean, you know, it's whatever, you know. We got some options going if anyone wants to. I'm not gonna say no. Like, I'm just a figment of the internet. If you wanna, you know, make some fanfic. All right. I'm feeling pretty warmed up. Here's how we're gonna start this off. Bro, Decomposed is on the way? Alright, yeah. Okay, here's how we're starting it. This is our perspective line. Tattles is temporarily retired. He's gonna be in fan art, he's gonna be featured in things, but I'm not gonna be using him as a VTube for a while. No, not Rip Tattles, he'll be back, guys. Okay, so this is our Verizon line, and where we're gonna line everything up. He's your favorite wrestler? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we send Tattles to Aruba. He'll be good. Okay. How are you today, Jules? Here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna be practicing. Practice is input, not output. Nothing is precious. Nothing is special. All of this will be deleted. That's where your mom sent your goldfish? Wow, your mom's rich. Okay. So, when you're looking at the horizon line, that's this one. Everything under that is below your view line. So, that's looking down onto something, because that's where your eyes are at. Everything on it is even. Everything above it is above you, right? Rough, quick and dirty. Good example right there. So, what we want to do, quick and dirty, I'm just erasing even like that. I'm going to start out real easy. A square. 2D representation of a box. This could be anything. This could be just looking at the side of a house. Here's your house, right? Could be anything. Now, once we add the perspective, that's when it gets a little complicated. On the right side of the cross is where you'll start to view the side. Glad I'm back. Look, before stream started, I was terrified one or two people would show up and that I'd be fumbling over my words. I can't express how grateful I am that all of you have come out, shown this support, and hung out with me. It means a lot. I'm trying something new with the art streams. Since all of you are here, I can show you what I've been working on. We're going to take a real quick break from that and show what the next part of the stream's going to be. I... Oh, wait. You guys didn't tell me the stream was frozen for this entire time. Why didn't anyone tell me? It's not frozen? It's frozen for me. Okay. I'll pretend that it's working properly. I no longer have the ability to know if things are working, so if something goes wrong, please let me know. But here's what I've been working on. I'm creating my own set of tarot cards. You were dragged here? Hey, thanks for being dragged here, and whoever dragged you here. Who's responsible? Thank you. I mean, you're right. True host streams always go wrong. So these are just really rough, nasty sketches. Studio dragged you here? Thanks, Studio. I appreciate that. And Wizard showed up and subscribed. Thank you so much, Wizard. Is there a mod free to give Wizard and Pender shoutouts for me real quick? Anyone at all, please? And Studio? Wizard, Studio, and Pender are all stream friends of mine. They're all involved in a game with me. And, we're gonna have a good time. But yeah, I appreciate some shoutouts if you guys can. So, this one's a really rough sketch for the Fool. I've only started this a few days ago. We're gonna come back to these in a little bit. We're gonna be working on the Magician today after my warm-ups and quick practice. Here is my rough drawing for the Empress. I really like the way this one turned out. I put a little more effort into this than I did the other two. And then here is the Hanged Man. So if you're familiar with tarot, you'll notice similarities between the way these cards normally look. I'm putting my own spin on it. This is my deck. I hope to one day get it printed if it looks good enough. If there's interest, I might sell it, but I'm not looking into that. I am legit spending this year making this deck the best that I can for myself and maybe for friends, and we're gonna see how it goes. I have an idea for my own personal card to add to the deck. That may also be happening. But before we get to that, we gotta finish our practice. Which one did you feel was cool, Realness? The Empress? Okay. As I was saying about how we're practicing, this is just basic structure. That's what we're going for right now. As I mentioned, we're going for input, so as much repetition, as much adjustment as we can. So if we were doing this the proper way, right? I just wanted to do this as a quick not estimate. A quick... I don't know why I was so sketchy with that. That's not the point. Just a quick representation of how this very basic one-point perspective works. That's what this is. So, everything, depending on where they are orientated, is how these are viewed. Why are you bringing Yoshi up again? By the way, if we hit certain goals this year for new follows, or if we end up getting the next emote unlocked, I might be willing to do another another chat chosen stream. I'm not saying I will, but I'm just saying I have a goal in mind, and if we hit it, there may be more Yoshi in your futures. That game was good times? No, it wasn't. No. You know what was a good time? Monkey Game. Monkey Game, great time. Okay. This right here, this is gonna be our central point for our vanishing line. Monkey Game, I peaked with Monkey Game. I swear by it. I don't think I will ever do better than that. Okay, so... Yeah, we're talking about Monkey Game. Monkey Game and my drunk monkey mom and her poisoning her babies. What this cross in the middle is going to represent is directly where your eyes are focused. So you can draw a straight line from there to connect the lines. Oh, I did that wrong. Whoop. The snap isn't going very well. And all of those sections should line up. It really was, realness. One day, I'm gonna do better. I just need to find another game where I can seduce monkeys, drop my kids off into very dangerous positions, poison an entire community, and just relax. Okay, so this is how it works. Well, this is how 1 point perspective works. So anytime you're drawing something, you want to keep these guidelines in mind. You don't need to do them every single time. You don't need to follow them every single time, right? Because I didn't. You guys saw me drop out those boxes, no problem. It takes practice to do it without, but that's what we're doing here. And it also works with the other basic shapes. So... square, triangle, circle. And then they become cube. This is essentially just a pyramid. And sphere. This is also generally known as cone. Right? So, 2D, 3D. We want to take all of our art from this to this. And that's the equivalent of, like, 2D cat. Still cute. I haven't unlocked 4D yet. 1D is very simple. Right there. This right here? That's 1D. 1D is any straight line. There's a lot of artists who will argue that you need to have a perfect straight line before you do anything. And sadly, my tablet screen is too small for me to get a full shoulder rotation to get a proper straight line. So everything's gonna be a little wobbly. 1D is the side of a piece of paper. It could be viewed as a dot, but it's... what's a dot other than just a tiny line? I'm not blaming shoulder radius. So when you're drawing... well, more so when you're sketching, you want to be as loose as possible. So if you're moving with just your fingers like this, if you're just doing that, the stability is going to be way lower than when you can make a full swipe. It is 100% a thing, yeah. But 2D cat, and then a 3D cat would be more like... quick and dirty. Sorry. But you can already see the difference, right? I'm not drawing Koa. So, our practice right now is going to start with squares. Everything is a square. Anything you look at can be broken down into squares. I will demonstrate real quick. I'm going to show you guys an amazing way to practice. A ball is a square. Cylinders are squares. There, I'll demonstrate it right now. I'm gonna break out the blue. Okay? Here's a square, right? So, what you want to do, make the circle within it. Here's your square, turned into the cube. You round that. Cylinder in perspective. It's very messy, but it's still there. Hi, Lycan. Hi, Trig. Thank you so much for the love, Trig. I miss you. I'm so grateful that you came by. Real life is Minecraft. You feel like you're watching Witchcraft? Yo, realness, stick with me, man. All art is a bunch of magic tricks, and it's just like any of the magicians on TV. Once you learn the tricks, you can do anything. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't want to hear it? CJ, how's it going? Thanks for coming by, man. Alright, so there's your cylinder in perspective. It's very poorly done because I made so many lines. That's the other thing. Line confidence. Just making the lines once, not doing this, makes it so much better. So that's going to be something that we practice. Quit distracting the teacher. No, asking questions is very important. And if we sidetrack and we double over things already taught, that's perfectly fine. I just need to find a specific image. I don't know where I put it. I might have to just grab one. Alright. Okay, saving this. And I'm just gonna bring it in. I said I'm gonna bring it in. I'm gonna bring it in. There we go. I sound like the lady at the Pokemon Center. Okay. This is 100% the best way to practice. What head is spinning? Studio, who are you doing that to? Bring it around town. Yep. So this technique is called redlining. And what we're going to do, you can do this on paper. You can do this on digital. You could get a stick and do it in the mud, right? I'm going to get red just because that's what it's called. And let me get a cleaner pen. What we do when we redline is find the shapes. I'm on the wrong layer. Here's a cube. So our horizon line, I need another layer for this. Here's our horizon. Do you know how we know? Because we can see down, we can see up. Actually, no. Our horizon line wouldn't be there. Because we can see the top of him. It would be here. So there's your first cube. All positive and shit. That's because I'm trying to teach. Alright, so here's another cube. And when you're doing this practice, all you're doing is identifying the shapes. We're gonna have a nice Minecraft boy right here. Even the head. The head's a cube. Right? So we can see that. Actually, we should probably break that down even smaller. But you get the idea. That's the very basic way of doing redlining. The more advanced way, once you start to feel comfortable, is to incorporate your other shapes. That should be brighter. Let's go back to my potion pink. Not bright enough. Top of your head is a circle. Your jaw's just a triangle. Neck is a cylinder or a cube. Yeah, Trig, it is a New Horizon. I want to play New Horizons. A friend sent me a screenshot and I'm like, man, I want to play that. So if you ever want to sit and practice art, if you want to really learn this process, gesture drawing is the very best. And you can do it before you actually learn the anatomy. So, more advanced, this is your rib cage. You know that's your rib cage. Abs. Shoulder. You're not able to figure it out on this model? I'll show you. So if I bring the image quality higher, right? We're going to zoom in just a little bit more. You can find the horizon line by observing it. 90% of art is observation. The rest is just applying what you've memorized, right? Are you in the Discord? If you post, there's a link to my Discord down below, underneath the stream. If you go in there, you can post it under Art Practice Share. He's in your Discord? Okay. Where can he post it in your Discord? That might be easier. Cool Art Inspo. If you post the one that you're practicing under Cool Art and Inspo, I'll help you find it. And I'll give you some tips on how to find it. It's more skill, but like that's why I'm helping to teach. So that way we can learn. Okay. So, save image. I saved that wrong. So because this one is something somebody drew, it's gonna be harder. But that doesn't mean we can't do it. Okay, so this is the one that you were practicing. I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit, and since she's mostly pink, I'm gonna use blue. What we want to do is observe the image, and anywhere that you can see a change in the cube, imagine the cube. So first, we know the center. Oh, here, let me use an actual straight line, because that's gonna help. We know the center. The center's easy. Should you start with real life or stick with animated? It depends. I have a question for you, but let's get through this real quick before I get sidetracked on that. Okay. We broke this down. I'm going to lower the transparency on this. Anything that appears on each side of the cube, you'd see the other side, like in the first exercise I did, in this exercise, right? So we know the vertical. To find the horizontal of the line, we just have to look. Where can we see down? So because right here, we can see up, right? We can see up her shirt. We can see down on the top of her shoes because it's just a cube, right? It's just a square. So this leads that if it was drawn properly, that your horizon would be under there, but above the knee, because we can still see the top of the calf. So roughly there, I would guess? No, it would be higher, because you can see the top. You can see the top of the belt. We're looking down, you can see that. So I would state that roughly, if this was in proper perspective, it would be here. The only reason I'm hesitant is I think the horizon line for this is actually at a slight angle. It's more like this. And once again, the reason is because right here, we can kind of see the top of the belt, and we can see the top of her hand. This one's just kind of wonky. Now, I'm not saying you need proper perspective for all art. You don't. But that leads me to the question that you had, DNL. What kind of artist do you want to be? If you want to be a realism artist and make perfect copies of things, the skills you need for that are different. If you want to be a manga artist, the skills you want are different. I have more practice with animation because that's what I was learning and was taught. And in animation, gesture is everything. You can't function without doing 30-minute warm-up of gesture. And the way that you do that is there's tons of websites that you can go to practice. And you set a timer, and it'll give you models, and on the screen, it'll just keep changing. So, I took this image from that. And what you do, we're going to do one real quick. We're going to do this one really fast. I am going to set a timer that all of us can hear. We're going to do a 1 minute. If you are practicing along... Oh, come on. We're going to start right now. We're going to identify the shapes in the second area, and we're going to do it as fast as we can in 1 minute. If you don't know what I'm discussing, just watch along and you'll see. We don't have to be specific. This is input. We're just getting the rough shapes. We're getting the energy. We're just putting in what we want to get out. Just find the shapes. If you have more time, you have more time. If you run out of space, then you run out of space. There's nothing wrong with it. We're just going as fast as we can to get as comfortable as we can, because the more practice you can get in... Oh, I accidentally pressed the button. The more practice you get in, the more progress you're gonna make. And stop. So, if we were to take the quick gesture I did, it's not gonna line up very well because I wasn't prepared to do this. We're gonna put that back. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna line it up. Right? Here's where I went wrong. This is the analysis you do once you're done. The head, wrong spot. Should have been down more. Right? The torso, I had the torso and the pelvis almost exact. I just needed to pull that line over a little bit. That hand, I was just off for a little bit. And then this one goes straight down. It doesn't... My red was over that way. Oops. I accidentally restarted the timer. This thigh, perfect. A-okay. That one was great. I clearly got a little confused right there. And this one, this leg, just needed to go up. Right? So if you're practicing for cartooning, animation, anime, this is the practice you want to do as much as you can. Now, you don't need to do a 1 minute timer. When I was taking classes, you're not seeing any changing in what? When I started doing classes, we started out with 30 seconds. Only 30 seconds, and then someone in the class would pose, and then every 30 seconds they changed the pose, and we had to go as fast as we could. Then we upped it to a minute, then we did a 5 minute, and then we went back to the 30 seconds, and we kept doing that over and over and over, and eventually you're going to remember the shapes of all these crazy poses. But this isn't the end of it, right? So we did the gesture with the red. We did our corrections with the blue. So the final step is to hide it and work from imagination. Now this is if you want to do animation or cartooning, anime, that type of thing. Totally different rule set for realism. We'll cover realism on another stream. But this is the structure you want to do. Just as a reminder, here's the image. So because we did this, look at it, observe it. Sometimes you're going to want to stare at your model for 30 minutes. Maybe even longer if you're just starting out, to memorize things. So I want to memorize this shadow, right? So when I know I make the cube for the torso, he's got a darkened shadow right there. So, I'm gonna hide it. A minute on the clock again. And we're gonna do imagination. It doesn't need to be accurate, right? Oops. I'm so not used to doing this on digital. It's hard to go over when when I'm trying to do it myself. That should actually be that way. I'm just getting the cubes right now. If we do more, that's fine. His torso's more like that. It's very simple, and you can see just from a few lines, I keep accidentally pressing that. Let me just change the size. Alright. Pencils down. I'm gonna activate it again. This time, what'd I do wrong? All of this needs to move up. All of it. Just every last bit. Torso needs pushed in. This arm goes back. Now, this isn't to be like, oh, okay, I memorized this pose. It's more, I memorized what it was like. So, because this is my 4th time doing this gesture, doing this pose, I'm going to go back to my favorite drawing, pink. And I'm going to give myself just a little bit more time to get in the shapes. To get in what I just took in, right? So my pose won't be exact. It's not meant to. It's, once again, input, not output. We're just getting the shapes in. We're going to put a little bit of time into this. And because I did it so much, I know the form a little bit more. And every time you do it, you're going to get better at the forms. And I wish there was more to this part. There isn't really a trick. But here we go. Here is my attempt where I just gave myself a little bit more time. We're going to evaluate. This part, perfect. The thigh looks like it's the right size, and we can test by just moving it. The thigh was roughly the right size, roughly the right shape. Right? So I'm going to give myself a pass on that. Forgive yourself for practice. Like, not everything needs to be perfect. Not everything needs to be posted. We're learning, right? So, I got the chest right. The abs need to come in a little bit. This arm's a little bulky, and it's in the wrong spot. But there's a lot of wins here. I got the forearm in the exact spot. The head is roughly in the right spot. So, moral of the story is gesture is amazing, right? The more you do it, the more you're going to memorize. Alright. So back to what we were discussing with this. With the cube situation, I'll show a bit more of it, right? So, say we're handling some perspective from this angle. I would, depending on how you feel, how accustomed you are, and what your goals are, I would say go to one of the websites like Quick Pose. So if you go to Quick Pose, you can set a time limit, you can set up models, you can set up all of those things. So I would recommend, however much time you have, 30-minute lunch break, do a 20-minute, 1-minute line of action. Perfect. That's another great one. Sit down. Over the past 3 months, whenever I was forced to take a lunch break at work, I did a 20-minute gesture session for 1 minute each, and then review in your final 10 minutes what you did wrong, what you can change. And if you frequent the same site over and over, such as line of action, you will eventually get those poses again and again. And it's not memorizing the poses, it's memorizing these core shapes, these structures, and finding them in a snap when you're doing the gesture is the important part, right? So, you have construction, which is organizing and laying them out. So, construction of a hand would be like this. People struggle with hands. I love hands. So you have your thumb. That's hard to see. Once you learn the construction, that's a very bad hand. Bad example, but you get the idea. It becomes so much easier to do whatever you want with them. Once you figure out how you can memorize the shapes of things. Hands are hard. We'll cover hands another time, because I have tricks. Okay, here's another... Let me get another pose. This is now a half gesture, half gesture construction lesson. No, you know what? I like pro wrestling. Pro wrestling suplex. We're gonna break down a suplex real quick. What's a good one? Where is a good one? Where's Brock Lesnar when you need him? Okay, suplex is a bad idea. Let's do... What happens if I just search that word? Okay, it just shows a bunch of people sad. Let's try a boxer. The reason I'm looking for athletes or sports people is most anime that people are gonna make are either romance or action. Shonen, things along those lines, right? So you'll want to practice things with action. Sports are perfect for gesture. You know how many pictures are taken at any sporting event? Sorry, I was looking for a picture. That's actually what we're gonna do. We're gonna do redlining. Okay. This is a pretty small image, but I mentioned to you guys that art is just magic tricks, right? Are you ready for a magic trick for gesture drawing that's going to help out so much? First thing you gotta do is get my potion pink color. When you are working on examining the situation, right? You have a line of action, which is where the weight is, where the line of the figure is. People bring this up all the time on the internet, right? Like, if you look at any tutorials for action or anything like that, or like how to make a dynamic fight scene, they're gonna bring up line of action. This right here is what they're talking about. It's essentially the movement through the spine. That's not the magic trick. The magic trick is with the thigh. Your thigh goes out, goes in. Goes out, goes in. Goes out. Well, in this particular situation, it's going to go out because of the perspective line, right? So when you're doing gesture, one of the fastest ways to take care of locating the line for the leg is thigh and calf. Both of them are these taco shapes, right? That's all a thigh is. Two tacos stacked on top of each other. Depending on the angle you change, that's essentially still the shape. Feet, just triangles. It's a bad idea because they used both of the colors I like to use. We'll go purple. Feet are just triangles. Here's another triangle. 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 Two tacos stacked on a proof. Man, look, just because you live in a place that has amazing tacos, don't mean you gotta be coming in here tempting me. Alright, so this is how it works. Taco, 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 triangle. Because this is boxing, their hands are just balls. Head, ball. But all of them fit into cubes when we bring in perspective. Right? This guy's thigh, still a cube. This one, still a cube. Still a cube. You get it? So when we're finding the shapes, when we're finding the structures, this is what we're looking for. Let me find a higher res image, and we'll cover another gesture. Gesture pose. That one's gonna be too rough for a tutorial. Okay, this lady has very long legs, so let's save her. It's up to you. Depending on what your goals in art is, to choose for yourself the body types, the structures, the types of bodies that you want to focus on, right? I'm not gonna say you need to do every body type, but it helps. And it helps because you're practicing different shapes. You're practicing new shapes. You don't want no cube butt? Butt is a cube. Here, I will show you. Let's say we're drawing Tattles. We're bringing Tattles back, everybody. You wanted him. His head is a circle. Let me make that bigger. His head's a circle, a sphere. Nose, sphere, but with a triangle shape. Eyes, just circles. Now, if we want him to be a little bashful, welcome back. Yup, he's coming back ass first. His body is a bean, right? I'm gonna move his head down to his body. Someone give you a crash course on GitHub? Awesome. Okay. Oops. Here's how we get the cube, right? That's roughly what the cheeks would look like. But we want them to be plump, right? Like, Tattles is going to be bashful for this with his very plump butt. And the way we do that is to add depth. We can start with the squares to identify roughly where it's going to be. Turn it into cubes because we know our horizon line is up here. We're looking down at his butt. Here's our cubes, right? This one right here is a little blocked by the first one because we're looking slightly at this angle and down. We're really getting in here to embarrass him staring at his butt. Then we just have to find the circles, the spheres within the cubes. They're very easy. They fit right in. Curve. You wouldn't see that one. Curve. You wouldn't see this. So, using cubes, we made a very 3D Tattlebutt. Because it's his butt, connects to your thighs. And since he has a bean body, finding his spine connects to the center of your butt cheek. This is just learning anatomy. His shoulder would be there. Arm. And then a little bashful, oh no! You do... So, this is an okay shape, right? Like, you can definitely see that is a 3D butt. The next step, if I were to go on, is you add the shadow. Because it's so 3D, and we're looking down, there'd be a shadow under these cheeks, right? Hey, I know what realness likes, right? And I just don't want to disappoint this man on my first stream back. So, if Tattles has got an exceptionally nice square butt that's 3D, I'm providing it, right? This is a service. Depending on where our light source is, there would be a shadow. And then this is form. Form is applying the lights and the shadows to give the extra weight. We're nowhere near that. No, don't call Twitch police. Don't. I don't want to go to jail again. Okay, redlining. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. And we're back on track. I'm probably going to go to Twitch jail again anyway because of the music. So, we're going to go back to redlining. If you're joining along, I'm going to give you a second to get your image ready. You can use any image you want. Be a photograph, cut out from a magazine, an old book that you don't care about. I'm not taking any chances was me 3 days ago before I realized how bored I was without music. Plus, we'd be missing this sweet Legend of Zelda music right now if I didn't. So, that's where we're at. I wish my stream screen for me wasn't frozen. I'm gonna try and unfreeze it real quick, and if it causes problems, I'm sorry. No? Yeah, I can't fix it. There's copyright music. It just costs a lot and is very repetitive. Hey, I got you, Trig. I saved this image. I'll send it to you. You just let me know. So, we're going to start redlining now. What we want to do, I'm going to zoom in more. First thing we're going to do, find where our horizon is. Our horizon, because we can see underneath her torso, and we can see her feet, right? We can see under her arm. Actually, I don't think that would count, because we can see the top of her heel. We can see that part of her calf. So it's going to be around her knee. Right? So we found that. So we know which direction to put our cubes. I'm gonna do this a closer way to the way that I was freehanding it, right? So as you progress, you need less indicators to identify where your gesture is gonna be. So for me, I would start with the torso, and here's her cube. Here's the first cube. And as you can see, it's not exactly a cube in the literal sense, right? It's, we see this side, and we see this side. Here's her abs. And this changes once the more anatomy you learn, too. As soon as you start memorizing more of the anatomy, you can identify it. Oh, ad break. I'm gonna just hang out until it says there's no more ad. How's everyone doing? Once again, I appreciate all of you for coming by. If you're new around here and you're interested in this, please give me a follow. I don't have a streaming schedule yet, but I will soon. Just a couple more seconds on that ad break. Alright. It says the ad's over, so we're good. As I was saying, once you get more accustomed to anatomy, you'll be able to see these types of marks. These forms in somebody's body. And I'll be honest, once you do enough gesture, you're just gonna start seeing shapes in people all the time. So, when I'm doing gesture, I look for the ball joint of the shoulder, which is this right here, and then these curves. Remember the trick I mentioned about thighs? And we can even imagine where they are, right? Your pelvis is a weird triangle. So your pelvis is like this, facing forward. And then your legs just kind of hook into these joints. So when you're examining a model like this, you have to rotate this. Rotating these objects in your head is the hard part, which is why I wanted to start with basic one-point perspective and creating the base blocks we're drawing. And I was saying, that's a good pun, Trig. I'm going to steal that. I'm going to start using that. So for the way this model's hips are, we can see that we can only really see part of her pelvis, right? So her hip bones are here, and then the pelvis is there. So, once again, if we're say this is the pelvis shape that I generated. Your actual pelvis looks roughly like this. I always remember it as elephant ears. And then, very simplified, right? When you rotate it, the pelvis and the butt come up. That's what gives her this, like, really pretty arch. Because of the way she's lifting her pelvis. And it's still that triangle diamond shape because of the way the bone's set. That's more advanced. That's anatomy. That's not what we're doing, right? We're doing the cheat codes, the magic stuff. I just felt I needed to explain that before I continued with the cheat code. Once again, cheat code right there. Cheat code right there. Cheat code. Cheat code. I'm aware, but 2 people asked if I could cover redlining again and gesture, so I am. If that's the level that the viewers are at, that's the level we're gonna practice. Alright. Feet are triangles. Here's the thing about this model's triangles. She's elevating her foot up, so that changes the pattern. When you get more comfortable with the shapes of the 3D triangles, feet become a whole lot easier, right? So, the heel, the toes, it's just memorizing these key shapes. If you want, the exception is when you start adding toes, right? It's still that oblong, square, triangle shape, but when you're just doing gesture, whoops, you don't need all that. There we go. Continuing our examination. Her butt, very round. Mostly thanks to the structure of the way she's standing, right? I'll eventually cover toes. Like, we will eventually break down every body part. Like, these art tutorial streams are not, like I mentioned at the very beginning, they're not just for me to teach. This is how I'm practicing. If you can teach something, it helps you memorize what you're learning. It helps you internalize. So there will be a stream where we cover toes. You little freaks can enjoy it. No, you're not, realness. Thanks, DNL. That's exactly right. If I can teach this during my back to basics, I'm going to memorize the basics. Okay. Oh, I didn't redline that part. Okay, so this is what it ends up looking like with the model gone. With the model there. And you can see those forms are there, right? Just like last time, we're going to try and redo this on the next to her, right? Yeah, you know that's more of a camera trick, those jeans and the way she's standing. I'm not saying I picked this one on purpose. It was just the one that caught my eye. I apologize. I didn't want to do 2 male figures in a row, or 3. Okay. So, let's take it the same way that we did before. I wish you guys could see my cursor more before I make the line. So, torso. And now if you want to do realism, this is the part of the exercise that helps with you when you're doing gesture, because it's essentially the same practice, only slower. Found the cube, which, once again, we know it's not exactly a cube, but every shape fits into it. I mean, I know you don't, Trig. The shape of her thigh is straight down. Here's where it gets complicated, right? What does a bicycle look like? You could be like, I could draw a bike. And then you try and draw it from memory. And you're like, wait, I can't. And that's because you need repetition to internalize it. When you're doing these types of practices, that's how you get that. So if you want to do objects, get those cubes going, get the repetition in, and you'll be there in no time. It doesn't take long to get to the point where you internalize this stuff. Right? Like, it sucks. Your lines are gonna be bad. It's gonna take you a while to learn. What you think you're looking at is gonna be wrong. Like, no matter what, when you're doing these types of practices, you're gonna be wrong. Like, that's a part of the practice. What you think you're looking at isn't always what it is, right? So, when I say that, I mean it as you can think a face curves one way, and then when you put them side by side, you'll notice they don't. Like, I made her butt too small. And then the more you work at it, the easier it'll become. So, at this point, we're gonna try and line things up. We're gonna analyze where we were. The head, too big. The hands, look how good this section was. So I clearly paid more attention to the hands and the arm, because when I was teaching out what I was going through, that's when I was looking, right? I made her butt too small. I didn't mean to. It's too small. Her pelvis, the front of her pelvis, I pulled out too far, right? I don't know why. I just did not realize her butt and her belly were pushed further. I'd say these legs, so good. The inexact art of artists making it harder. So, here's the advice for that. And it's something that I struggled with for a very long time, and I would say that's the basis of this lesson. Don't be precious. It is not worth it. When you sit down and you're like, I want to draw Tattles with a giant plump butt, that's when you're doing output. That's when you're not learning. You're still learning because you're using the skills and you're doing your motivational skills, right? That's not learning. Learning is what we're doing right now. It may not seem it. It may not feel it. But if you saw my initial gestures, and these are just like my first couple I've done today. After I knock out like 30, my accuracy on this goes way up. It took a lot of practice to get to this point. Some of you know I spend almost all of my free time. Draw the monkey game butts. Alright. Currently at 129 followers. 319. Sorry, we're currently at 319. When we hit either 350 or 25 subs, I'll draw one of the monkeys from Monkey Game with a plump butt. 350 or 25 sub points. That's on you guys. That's on you, chat. If you want that, that's how you earn it. But, as I was saying, as you practice gesture, as you practice observation, and you do the motions like we're doing right now, right? So, I highlighted in the red, then I practiced it. How do you remove subpoints without hurting? There's no hurting. I honestly don't care if people sub. I'm more interested in just unlocking the next emote slot, which is at 25 subpoints. But yeah, like, this is learning, right? We practiced it, we went back in and we observed our model, we took notes on what we need to change, and then we're gonna do it again while hiding the model. Like, we're gonna take a moment, stare at her, see where the curves are, see where the straight lines are, and we're gonna just try it again. I'm not saying you do this process every single time. You don't, right? This is just an extreme version to show the technique. If you just do 30 minutes of gesture and then stare at your models, you'll start to see these shapes. Okay. So, bottom there, right there. And this isn't, like I said, this is more for cartooning, more for anime. I love cartooning, less so anime, but this is how we learn these specific skills. There's different ways to practice. There's different ways to practice realism with measuring with your fingers, with measuring by squinting, things along those lines. And I can help teach those also. I'm not a master of it. I'm really not, but I'll help with that. Realism has a lot to do with color theory. That's really hard. I can teach that out, but I can't do it myself. I can do it in the cartooning aspect, but that's my point. And the whole reason I keep pointing out for realism is if you want to draw a cute anime girl, you kind of need to know how girls are shaped. And you don't need to go full-blown realism. Like, for our model here, I don't need to draw every shadow here, right? For an anime character. I do need to know this is where her ribcage is. This is the shape of a woman with an appealing body's ribcage. This is the blocks, her belly. Like, those are the things that will transplant into cartooning and into animation. So, once again, we need to try... My bad, didn't mean to hit that. We need to try and observe a lot more and then try it out. So, we know left leg forward, right leg back, and then her hands make a square. So, let's try it. Right leg forward, left leg back, triangle, triangle. We know she has a deep arch. And then this one's gonna be much worse. It's not that I don't want to be creepy. Everyone here knows that I will 100% objectify any male or female. Like, there's no problem in that. I'm just trying to find the right words for the body parts and the shapes, because I want to be clear on... Oh, my pen did the thing again. On what I'm looking for, right? So, Because, like, the last thing I want to do is use verbiage to confuse as I'm trying to teach. Because I don't have experience in teaching. I'm just doing my best here. I'll tell you, this woman's waist is confusing the crap out of me. I made her leg a little too thick. But here's the example, right? I'm not looking at the model anymore, but I identified the shapes, right? They may not be picture perfect. I mean, I guarantee they won't be. But just by the few lines I've made, you can see what it is. They need a little refining if I was going to turn it into an illustration. But you can tell. If I bring her back, I did pretty good. I twisted this leg the wrong direction. I have her stepping too far forward. Let's move her over. Let's say we'll line up there. This is that practice I was telling you about. This area, not bad. It's not exact. This arm needs to go up. Her waist needs to come in even more because she has a freakish waist. There, I said it. I don't know how that works, okay? I don't know. This is photography magic. I made her thighs. I think her thighs are about the right shape. Let me do this and separate that from what I did. I have the wrong angle. Nope. Her thigh's almost the right. But I would say the general readable shapes are there. Like, you can see it. It's not exact. I'm not going for exact. This is input. Did I get the joints in the right spot? I'd say so. This needs to be higher. Her shoulder needs to be up more. So I did put her shoulder in the wrong spot. But the forearm's right. The joint for the hands are right. Her head is roughly right. I could have pulled her neck back a little bit more. I'm taking the sole from her legs. I don't mean to, man. Look, I'm looking. I'm observing. I'm taking note. Look, sometimes they're just a little thicker than I imagined them to be. Sometimes they're a little thinner. It's all part of the process. The shapes are about right. Despite her thighs being a little thicker than what I thought they were, they are the right shape. They are the right height. I messed up her foot. This one's roughly correct. I just needed to make that bigger. And the joints are about right. So if you've ever seen any, like, very new anime artists, and the arms and legs are always different shapes and different sizes, this is kind of what's happening, right? They're focused on anatomy, but they're not getting the flow of the figure. And gesture is what'll do it. The other thing that I would say about that is, if you're practicing, or even if you're like, I feel like drawing, or I have the time to draw, and I don't know what to draw, just do gesture. That's it. There's master studies, or studies in general, which I will cover at some point, because there's a specific art style that I want to learn, and I'm pretty good at copying art styles. That's the whole animation thing, but that's a whole other can of worms. For now, construction, form, gesture, that's all we're going to be worried about for a while. I'm going to put this into a practical use right now. I'm going to save that. Okay. So, for the next little bit, I'll field any questions you have. If you want to continue practicing, go right ahead. But I'm going to work on one of my next tarot cards. We're working on the Wizard. Or the Magician, sorry. Card number 2. And I'm just going to do a sketch. So you're going to be able to see how I apply the construction from the gestures that we just practiced, right? In real time, you're going to be able to see it. So my concept for this card, the Magician, is going to be an artist sitting at a desk, much like we are right now, creating magic, right? So I like to break the different layers up in different colors, right? So let's examining how I did the Empress. I made her pink. I made the stool green, the background blue, and then her reflection purple, because as I go through, it's going to set up. You would like a critique from the Discord. You got it. Art practice. Do you mind if I show it on screen? Or would you rather not? Okay. I'm gonna... Before we start on this, we will do an art critique. Once again, that's another way. Why will you not? There we go. Alright, let's start out. I like that you did the basic form. I love your choice in model. So your redlining is very good. Yeah, you did great with that. So one thing that I will point out, I'm going to use my pink. She has a neck. So your cube would be more like this. So the neck's going to be the cylinder. Oh, I'm sorry. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And if I can do it right away, it's gonna be done right away. So, right here, I would work on that to try and make the head the cube, or even heads are this shape. They're round with a jaw. And we'll get into this another time, but this is essentially called the Loomis method. This is how you identify where things are. So here's where your brow goes. Ears. This is super rough, super fast. You can split this in half. That's where your mouth goes. Nose, hairline, right? So just rough and dirty right there. We'll get into that another time. So even if you wanted to do an oval or the circle with the jaw, intersection is where the nose is. It's just a triangle. And then the back of your head is more round than where your neck connects, where the cylinder or cone used for your neck is. The rest of this, perfect. Very good observation. You studied her well. So, looking. You squatted the head, which is fine, right? Like, you saw how some of mine were off. You added the neck here, which is perfect. This is great. This means that while you were redlining and you did your observation, you noticed what your blue line, your redlining, was lacking, and you corrected it. You have great form for her cube, but you made a square. So, since her body is like this, right? One of the nice things about drawing women, and not all women, it changes with body types, but many women, especially your model, you can tell where her rib cage is based off of her breast line. Like, it's gonna change. I'm not saying that they're all in the same, but it gives a really good indication while they're wearing clothes of where the rib cage is and how it connects. You couldn't tell the angle? Well, while you were redlining, you had it. So after you finished and you started looking over it, this is correct. You can tell by the shadow. The shadow is definitely where her side is. So for this, bringing it in gives her the form for her body. Her pelvis is just a triangle. No, you had it right at first, and then you hesitated. And that's okay. Like, you saw how some of mine went. The arm portions look correct. Your hand's not attached. That's okay. I understand because we were going pretty fast. So, you can see here, I almost started doing it without the thing. You can see here, the arm is connecting into the side of her torso. You had it 100% right when you did it here. When you're practicing, don't doubt. Just make it, right? Hi, Ace. Thank you so much for coming by. So, the angle? This is like when we were talking. What you're drawing, when you're looking at something and you're observing it, a lot of times your angles are going to be off because your brain wants to shortcut and make straight lines. Her thigh, while somewhat straight there, her calf, the whole thing is at this angle. So it would go like that. The triangle, you were pretty close. But once again, it would be like that. So once you get more practice, that's going to come a lot easier. In your final one, you lost the neck. You forgot she had a neck, which that's okay. This is day 8. You're doing amazing. Like, that is so good that you're at this point on day 8. And the fact that you're reaching out for critique, even better. So, you're doing pretty good. Once again, you did the straight leg. In all honesty, you're right there. You're like on the cusp. I would say just spend a little more time looking at your model. Really look at it when I say that. I mean, like, what parts are straight? Almost nothing is going to be straight. What angle is it curving at? And we went over the perspective, right? Looking at your model here, you can identify with the shadows. So we know this is going to be further back. Your construction was good. And the shadows are where the forms are coming, right? So when we're doing the gesture, you don't need all of these guidelines. You don't need all of this. You can just bean it out. Everything, beans and squares. Beans, squares, and triangles. But it's at an angle. Um, the way that I remember it is if you can find a model with long hair, male, female, it doesn't matter. Put them at a slightly angled curve and draw it. And then do the overlap like I just showed you when we were redlining in the second phase. And I guarantee you, and this goes for most people doing this practice, those cheekbones are not going to line up. The outer curve of the model's face is going to be so straight. Whereas there's so many curves and contours. And it takes a long time to break the habit of assuming where lines are. Like, it's a nightmare. I hate drawing human faces. But we gotta work on what we don't like. We gotta trudge through. Alright. Time to get working on this one, and I think we're gonna do about 20 minutes on this image. Like I said, I'm shooting for a person at a desk to create music. You're not delaying me. No, it's okay. This is what I want to do. This is how I practice. So every single day, I do gesture. If I don't do gesture, I do construction. If I don't do construction, I do color theory. Every single day, I practice it a little bit, but you don't want to over practice. I want to clarify right now. Do not over practice. You need to sleep. You need to rest. If you're just grinding it out, you're going to spin your tires. Your brain needs to absorb all of the things you've just done. So try not to grind it out. Do a lot. Do as much as you feel you can. But at some point, it's just needless practice. Have fun. Make sure you create art you like while you're practicing. And that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to be designing a card to cool off after that. And then just to let my brain not be full of anxiety juice, I'm going to play some Smash Brothers. Because anxiety juice is very real and I hate it. And I deal with a lot of art anxiety. And I don't want to be teaching people and they get the same kind of art anxiety. That's not what we're here for. Art's supposed to be fun, it's gonna be creative, and we're gonna have a good time. You didn't delay me in the slightest. Alright. I'm gonna start with the computer. What do you mean people who are lucky? Art is supposed to be fun? Art's fun until it's your career. Once you're worried about likes, once you're worried about other people's opinions, that's when it becomes less fun. It's just lines, man. I have a post-it note to remind myself all the time, and they're just lines. You can move them. No matter what medium you're working in, you can just move them. They're not locked in. They're not permanent. Just move them. You can work on them as much as you want. These tarot cards are going to be a year-long project for me. Will they take the entire year? I don't know. But that's my goal. I want to complete this deck in that time. And oh, I didn't mention ghosting. Ghosting is how you get good circles. You basically hover above where you want to make a shape. So I'll do one here that I'll Control Z. You just make it, keep doing it. And then you just get a circle. It's that easy. Works on straight lines too. Ghosting's a very good technique that I recommend when you're beginning. Well, actually all the time, really, but That's how you get some nice circles. If you feel that my art is at a level you want to learn from, I'd be honored to help you out with your critiques. Like I said, I don't know how often I'll be streaming because I need to get back to work next week and find out what my schedule is. I will be streaming at least one day a week, if not more. I can't tell you when they'll be, but I would be honored to help you out. And that goes to anyone in the stream. Until it gets overwhelming with like multiple people, I will teach what I know and what I can because I want to get better and gotta pay it forward. What if, here's a hypothetical, my art plateaus and I only get so good, but I can teach you and you go on to create Chainsaw Man. Well, then I did assist in making some of the best art in the world, right? It's okay. If you're practicing every day, I'll give you some critique whenever I'm possible. Like, that's not just for you. That's anyone in the chat, now, in the future, until things get too bad. Like, I can't guarantee that it's something that I can do forever, but I can at least help for now. I don't know, DNL. I have a high tolerance for annoying. Alright, so there's where their hand will be. There's where their stylist will be. Let's get a rough forearm. This feels condensed. Let me... Like, I personally feel that I'm still super amateur. Yes, I've made some cool things, but that's not counting the thousands of not cool things I've made. The trick is only posting the good ones, but you guys are gonna see my bad ones also. That's part of my process. That's not true, Schmagegi. And this is the process. Make a bunch of lines and delete them. Here, let me restart this. I want some goblin mode legs. Here's that trick. Alright. That looks like a thigh, right? You just subscribed? Thank you so much. A follow and a subscription in the same stream. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Yeah, it's weird. Everybody who bullies me ends up becoming a mod. What's wrong with me? Why do you guys enjoy hurting me? Am I bringing it on myself? But I'm also a noob. Alright. I mean, I think that's the realization that a lot of us go through. Like, I view Ace here as a far better artist than me, right? Like, his skill level is way higher than me. Are there some things that I'm better at? Maybe. Does he have a better grasp? Yes. Do we still help each other and support each other? Yep. Because that's what it's about, right? Like, we work together, we share our knowledge, and everyone gets better. I'm gonna add a chair. I think that's where I'm messing up. So, this is a chair shape, right? We're gonna say that's a chair. And also, no matter how good you get, you're gonna want to get better. That's kind of the curse of art. Be like, man, I just spent 6 years learning how to draw cats. I guess it's time I learn how to draw cars. Like, no matter what, you're always gonna be lacking. You're always gonna want to improve. And that's really the curse. Oops. I did that on the wrong layer. We made you improve? Yeah, but if it wasn't for our rivalry, I wouldn't have improved. And, like, I think that's the thing. Like, that's the community behind art. Like, don't compare yourself to others, but critique and helping, that makes a big difference. Yeah, that too, realness. That's why I'm only designing the cards for now. And later on... Sorry, I was just looking at what I was making. I don't think I like this angle. I don't like this side view. Delete it. We're deleting, we're starting over. Okay. Oops. This one was card 3, right? No, 1. Magician is 1. For those who don't know, Ace and I grew up together. We have been friends for a long time, and we used to draw on each other's porches and friends' porches, and would make fun of each other for drawing Storm or Spawn or whatever other character. Hey, realness, I wouldn't mind reading those. Yeah, I've deleted too much of my art. Some of it I wish I kept. Some of it I'm glad are in the void forever. Judge Dreadpool. Don't forget Super Saiyan Core. In a shoebox that'll never be reopened. I'll pay for the postage, realness. So, using the shapes I learned from Gesture. Applying a little foreshortening. Foreshortening is the act of perspective of distance through the 3D forms. Last Fantasy. Man, I am struggling with this card. Maybe I'll be more inspired to do a different one. This is one of those ones where I feel like I need reference, but I don't know what to reference. I don't know why I'm doing that. We're gonna move on to a different card. Let me look up the list of what I still need to do. I'm starting with the Major Arcana cards. Let's see. Let's do... What's the Hermit look like? I'm feeling a little Hermit right now. Hermit. Nope. I accidentally clicked to purchase some. Okay. The Hermit. Nope. Okay, so we're looking for an illustration for the challenge of the Hermit is to be able to recognize a teacher in a humble disguise. Hold on, that's not... Hourglass is an identifying feature. Earliest Hermit cards. More modern cards have shifted the metaphor, showing more or less light released from a lantern. So a lantern. A traveler with a lantern. Hermit the Frogs. Why tarot cards? Because I want to make my own deck. So Ace can recognize this character. I've slightly adjusted it, but this was a character from my youth. And essentially I want to create a tarot deck for me with imagery and iconography and meaning behind each card for myself, so I can have a one-of-a-kind deck for me. If people are interested, once I complete everything, I will potentially give them away or sell them. It all depends on how things go. But yeah, Ace, I have that one. I have the Empress, which is an updated version of another one of those characters. I mean, I'll sell them if there's interest. And then here is my Hanged Man card. This is a long-term project. Force them. Okay, everyone on stream, buy a deck. Right now. Oh wait, I need to make a new... Name your folders. Hermit. Name your lairs. Mr. Cleo, you got it. Call me now. Alright, so the iconography and imagery for the hermit is somebody walking with a lantern. It says a wise man, but it's somebody walking with a lantern. I guess because my deck is more of what I like, I don't know if I want to do a lantern. But I would... maybe a cell phone screen? Maybe walking through the dark with a cell phone screen? Maybe someone walking through the streets with a hood. You know I like hoods. It depends. What software are you drawing with? Alright, so maybe... maybe they're looking down. Shoulder. And then they're holding their cell phone. Let me pick up my cell phone so I can see how I hold it. Thumb. And then hand. Quick and dirty. Photoshop? I don't really know Photoshop. Ace, do you know the shortcut on Photoshop to name layers and folders? Well, I tell you right now, I messed up real bad at the angle of that. This should be like this. And then light. Control plus R. And then I want to put a backpack on them. And then waist and legs. And I can refine this later. Like, we're just getting in the shapes. And this is where that gesture practice comes in. And then I want them wearing a hood. Let's have it real low on them. Yep, flip canvas is very important. It's how you know you got things lined up. If it looks right one way, but not the other, that's a very good indicator. I don't like to use it too much just because, well, when I'm streaming, I don't want to use it too much because I don't want anyone to get motion sick. Okay. Backpack goes over. Would attach there. As someone who gets motion sick, I get it. That's why I try not to do it. It's different when you control it, but when other people control it, it's like, whew, that gets rough. That's one of the reasons why I stopped watching WWE wrestling, because Kevin Dunn, he just kept shaking that camera. Man didn't know how to keep a camera straight at all. We're doing an ad break, so I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit. How's everyone doing? We having a good time? I did just notice the time because I wanted to get some Smash Brothers in. You're not gonna punch a bear to death? Not with that attitude, you won't. So, here's my rough sketch for the Hermit. I'm gonna refine it. I'm gonna improve upon it. And if you're only here for art, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming by. I am going to switch to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate right now. And get some gaming in so that way my brain can absorb what we just practiced. Now, here's the thing. I'm bad at this game now. I haven't played in... When did the first DLC pack come out? I'm trying to think of when it was. Switch. Oh. I'm not gonna get down and out. I am going to change the category. Smash Ultimate. Done. Alright. If you're leaving because you only came for art, thank you so much. This will be uploaded to the archive channel if you want to check it out in the future. But now is time for me to remember how to play this damn game. Was it under games and more? Oh, I can show off my Mii fighters. I have a lot of Mii fighters. The artist in me. I made Apples. If you remember her from my Miitopia. You never beat it and you don't want spoilers? I don't think there's much spoilers in it. Yeah, I know what Master Hand is doing next. Anytime. Thank you so much for participating. We got Hobo Dan, my main, the greatest Mii fighter that has ever existed. We got Shantae for Smash. People can shut up now. Every Team Rocket. We got some Tifa. We got Bomberman. Goemon. We got all of the Persona protagonists. We got Assassin's Creed. Travis Touchdown. Businessman. He's here for business. Barret, Doom Guy, Gino, every Mega Man character. Yep. Sans, Cuphead. You know, all of the important characters. Yeah, I have Zero. He's right here. We got Veronica. We got Skyrim, that legendary character from 1,000 games, Skyrim. Lloyd. Realness, you should remember Lloyd, right? Ditto Mega Man X. There he is. Okay, now I need to figure out how to navigate to get to World of Light. I don't want... Wait, was it there? No. Is it just Smash? Is it Special Smash? This is how little I know. Is it Spirits? Adventure. Alright. Oh, I need to turn off that other music. My bad. Alright, you guys ready to see me play very poorly? 2018 was the last time anyone played on here. I ain't no bitch. We're playing hard. Lloyd from Fire Emblem? Lloyd is from Tales of Symphonia. GameCube. I'm so rusty. I probably shouldn't start on hard. Be patient with me, guys. I barely touched this.
We'll each need to take down about 10.
Stow your fear. It's now or never.
Yes, Princess.
I know we will.
Yeah, how's that gonna help you, Shulk? It looks very pretty. Ooh, he should have dodged. I thought Sonic was supposed to be fast. I'll turn it up. How's that? Her toned glutes couldn't get her out of that one. Bruh, if I saw this when I was 20, my mind would have been blown. What you got against Wii Trainer? I'm kind of scared that I can't hang on hard no more. I think I have the Spirit Pack also. I don't know if that breaks this or not. Yeah, she was too busy stretching to actually fight back. Yeah, you were all about Snake back then. Final Fantasy, World of Light. You like Samus? Which one? There's like 4 different ones now. I do have all of the DLC, so hopefully we can get some characters I've never played with. That's basic Samus. I like Rosalina, Bowser. I started to learn what's his name? Toon Link. But I think I like Rosalina the most. I want to play as Joker. Like, I want to unlock him and play as him as quick as I can. Because I love Persona. Persona 5 and Persona 4 are 2 of the greatest games ever made. There, I said it. And I want to unlock Piranha Plant. Oh, I forgot this looked illustrated. Yep. Piranha Plant's DLC, but you unlock them in World of Light. Like, you can unlock everybody, I believe. Menu? Party? Fighter? Do I have the DLC fighters here? Because if so, we're going to play with them. I have Kirby. So naturally, black and white Kirby. I guess I have to enter my name. Oh. I guess this is like old keyboard. You have to move. How do I adjust my controller, though? Can I not do that from here? Okay, I guess we're ready. What spirits do I got? Did it start me with any? It did not start me with any. Skill tree? Bear with me, I don't know what any of this is. Slightly increase the power of neutral attacks, such as jabs. Tilt attack up. Okay. So this is more than just playing the game, huh? I want to adjust my controls so up isn't jump. Rumble off. That's okay. Stick up to jump is off. It's a full-on RPG? Yes, I think that's still a thing, Ace. I don't know. I'm essentially new for this. Like, this may as well be my first Smash game. Wait, did that say inventory? I have an inventory? Items? Reshuffles all spirits? What? 50% the start of damage with 50... What? Widen the gap in a spirit's shield? I don't understand. Can you text it to me, Studio? Okay. Smoky Prague. Spirits are beings whose bodies claimed by Galeem, the Lord of Light. Galeem traps the spirits within puppet fighters and forces them to do his bidding. When you defeat a puppet fighter, you'll free the spirit trapped within it. Free as many spirits as you can. Primary spirits can raise the fighter's attack and defense stats. You'll want to first select your primary spirit. Spirits are the nothing? You mean like Kingdom Hearts? You don't have any spirits equipped. I don't think I have. I don't have any game. Oh wait, I do. Oh shit. Okay. Attack and defense. Fire weakness, speed up. Battling item power. Weight down. Oh no. Can I filter? Oh no, guys. This is way more in depth than I thought. I had beef stew today also. Okay. Filter, attack. Okay, we gotta go infinite. Wait, he's level 79. That feels a little broken. I don't wanna... I don't wanna be OP right off the bat. Fire attack? Kirby doesn't have a fire attack. I don't want higher speed. May as well do jump. I forgot about that, Ace. Recommended lava floor, zap floor. What? Fire and explosion up. Floaty jumps. Item gravitation. What is all of this? Poison damage reduction. Damage enemies with a dash into them. Critical health attack. Lipstick. Hit opponent with it, slowly drain their health. Okay, let's just do up neutral. Guys, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed about this. I definitely think I shouldn't have put it on hard.
Ready? Go!
Metal Shift? He can just do that? Okay, so is his power that he can just always go metal? Alright, I'm gonna cheese it. No, I'm not. I feel like I don't remember anything about this damn game. I definitely forgot how to block, that's for sure. I blocked that. Why did it have to start me with Kirby? Never mind. The CPU equips spirits also? Okay. I got snacks! And you level up the spirits. Yo, completion of this game must be a nightmare. Rescued spirits will join your calls. Each spirit is different, and each can help you in its own way. If a primary spirit has an open slot, you can attach a support spirit to it. Supports have special skills, so experimenting with different spirits combinations is in your best interest. You hear that, guys? It's in your best interest. I just don't want to be Kirby. Okay. Can I change? Did I unlock Mario? Nope. Never mind. Yep. Yep, we're good. Alright, so... I'm fighting Yoshi and who? Three Yoshis with the spirit of Eevee.
Ready? Go!
Did that not count? Oh, he summons Eevees. What's Eevee do? Other than get one shot. I mistimed that. Your boy's getting the hang of it again. Okay, he's just always on fire. I mistimed that. I mistimed that one too. There we go. Yeah, this is on hard. I don't know why those Yoshis were so easy. Watch, I'm gonna start getting my ass handed to me. Just give it a moment. I'm not good. I used to be good. This isn't good. Alright. Jigglypuff. Enemy favors down special. I didn't realize that it warned you what they do. Okay, so Celeste is possessing Jigglypuff. I get it. Good dodge. There we go. It's coming back, guys. Coming back. Draw nearby items closer. That one's pretty good. I would like to try every character. I have him. Never played as him. We just gotta find him and unlock him, I guess. Oh, okay, so this unlocks Mario. Captive fighters are being copied to create puppet fighters. The only way to free them from Galeem's control is to defeat them in battle. Okay. Oh, and then my character is 2275 and he's 2500. So I can change this. I have none of that criteria. Can't equip those. Oops. Well, I guess Fi's one of my best. Starts the battle in metal form. Oh, let's do that. We're on the second apocalypse. How long am I gonna be on? Until 7. So not too much longer. I dodged that. No! Get chipped! Nope. My reaction speed on the GameCube's R trigger is so bad. In my defense, I never play Kirby. Mario, please. I held it too long. Damn. Here's the challenge you wanted. Stop. I'm getting beat so bad they were like, here, have a smash. I don't remember the button. They were like, here, just smash ball. Limit break. Honestly, Ace, I couldn't tell you. I didn't recognize it. At least I can switch to Mario. I feel more comfortable with him. You can change fighters. You want to play as in the party menu. Toy Story 5. I hope this isn't that sad. Okay, I'm getting rid of Kirby. I don't like floaty characters. Do I want American Mario? Wedding Mario? Let's get married. They're actually working on Toy Story 5? I thought you were joking. I don't think I need... speed. Start as Metal Mario. Neutral Special is... that's his Fireball, right? I don't know if I want that. Weapon Resist. Air Attack up. Fire and Explosion up. Let's do that. And, let's do... Sticky Floor? Stats after eating? Slows down the charge rate of opponent's FS. Okay. Oh, yeah. The enemy has super armor and is hard. Okay, I didn't... Apparently I didn't save it. I messed up, guys. Oh, wait, this is HP? Oh, I'm gonna lose. I really screwed the pooch on this one. I didn't understand what was happening.
Continue.
I had the wrong character. So I changed spirits, but I didn't lock in the fighter?
Choose your fighter. Mario.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna try and do better. He wall-eat enough? No!
Go.
Oh. Okay, so it's the right. No! 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 There we go. I don't have a Hadouken, that's Lucario. We got that victory, though. Oh yeah, Ryu is in this, isn't he? And Ken, right? They added Ken. Technically, Terry Bogard's in it. He's kinda got one with the air slash. Marth, Villager, Sheik. Okay, we're getting Villager. I know Villager better than these other ones. There are 4 attack types of primary spirits. Attack, shield, grab, and neutral. Shield, attack, grab, shield. Sorry, I only know the Tiger Robocop.
Ready? Go!
Oh yeah, he can absorb those. Guys, I don't think I'm ready for hard. Dude's just juggling me. Stop! Stop, I've had enough. I need practice. Stop. He beat me with a tree.
Continue.
He just grew on me. What do you mean in a Pokemon? Oh, the weakness list? Yeah. He beat me with a tree. Oh, I was too busy doing the animation. Did get a balance update. Prefer Marth. Does that affect World of Light? Because that's what I'm kind of struggling through. I dodged right into that. Stop, man! It's slowly coming back, but I definitely don't feel like I'm ready. Get out of here, man. Oh, that's cool that that affects this. And I missed. And I got comboed. Man. Villager. There we go. Alright. If the game allows me to, I'm just gonna unlock the other characters that are over here. Use skill spheres to unlock skills that will aid in your adventure. Go to the skill tree of the menu to get started. You're not my mom. I don't have to use skills if I don't want to. Oh, can I not? You bitch. You... I can't... Oh, Tronbon! I didn't know Tronbon was in the game. I love Mega Man.
Ready?
Even Legends. stop. Do I have to defeat the robots too? Everything's obnoxiously large. We got Tronbon. She doesn't have an effect though. We're slowly getting there. My brain is recalling how to play Smash. Octoling? Lena? Full map. That doesn't help me. Tilt map? How do I... Okay, well, there's a character to unlock over here, so we're going over there. Stamina battle?
Go!
I think this is my first time seeing the Inklings. Nope, nope. Get out, get away from there. What's that do? I'm covered in ink and don't know what's happening. What's the mushroom do? This isn't going very well for me. It's okay. Items will get me through this. No. Nope. My controls got reversed. What causes that? What caused the reverse control? The ink, maybe? Oh, like if you get completely covered? Alright. Much like my hero, I have to keep the high ground with all of this ink. Don't... What? Does anyone know what the ink does? Okay. Because I am coated. No. This is chaos. I hate this. No, stop. Is it the mushroom? Nope. I timed that wrong. Nope. I'm too scared to be offensive. Okay, apparently a fireball can knock them out. It makes you fancy. I feel like I need to read what some of the characters' moves and abilities are. And then not do well with them because all of the modifiers. Oh, Jury. Of course, Jury possesses Bayonetta.
Ready? Go!
Alright. I don't know Bayonetta's moves, I just know she did really well at EVO a whole bunch, and they nerfed her. Stop! Stop! Stop hitting me! You're worse than Meta Knight. Stop, man. These HP battles are the worst.
Defeat. Continue.
What, huh? The Bayonetta thing that I said, or
Go.
her comboing me just into oblivion? When she first came out, for that year she came out, she got nerfed at EVO. Like, during EVO. And people got real mad. Stop! Let me freaking land! I don't know when to hit her! She's so strong. You just gonna keep doing the slides, huh? I don't know when I'm available to hit her when she does the slide. Yeah, I did see a lot of people main Bayonetta. I can feel why.
Ready? Go.
I don't know when I'm free. Okay. Don't. Stop. 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 She just won't stop hitting me.
Continue.
How do I get her to stop?
Ready? Go.
Realness, is this mode always bullshit? Stop hitting me! I don't... Oh, cool. You could slow time now? Stop, man. I wish this wasn't HP.
Defeat. Continue.
HP absorbs stuff? Like healing? Is that what stamina is? There are character-specific boosts. Wind resistance, slumber immunity, undamaged attack up, battering items. Fire powerful shots hard to see. What? How? Alright, I'm gonna start with lipstick. Critical health attack up. This one, stamina up. And then... here's another stamina up. Alright. I don't know if I need stamina, I just need her to stop punching me. She hit me so many times. No! Stop! Guys, I'm regretting Smash Brothers already. Next game will probably not be Smash. Stop. Enemy attack up! I'm too scared to attack. Okay. What? Wow. Oh!
Defeat. Continue.
I don't know this game, man. I regret putting it on hard.
Go!
I can't hang. Bayonetta's a real woman. I need to take my ass back to the kiddie pool. I need adult supervision. I just never played. We always played stocks. I don't know. It feels so weird to me to need to do a specific set of damage. Stop, girl. Stop. I'm doing my best here, guys. Okay. Why does that do no damage? What's the point? Losing track of your character? I mean, I'm doing what I can, but you're right, Schmagegi. That kinda happens.
Ready? Go!
No. No. Man, stop. Does Mario have an interrupt for this slide? Because the fireball doesn't. Stop. Stop. Take this. She keeps breaking my shield with it. I don't know how to fight that. It's so long that I can't dodge through it. Stop. Point blank. Did nothing. Cape might reverse her? I'll try it. I'll try the cape. I don't want to be Kirby.
Ready? Go!
No. I was just too late on that one. I don't know the timing of the cape. Come here. It didn't do anything. Yeah, cape didn't do anything. I just need more gun. I'd rather suffer on Mario than play as Kirby. But I only really learned heavy characters. That's a failure on my part, apparently.
Continue.
Make her stop. make her stop, guys. Guys.
Go!
Find out where Bayonetta's mom is and report her. Stop, man. Stop. I'm so defeated. I'm defeated before I even get in the ring with her. Like, I feel the ass beating coming, so I'm just messing up. Am I supposed to, like, have a higher level? Like, do I go grind one of the other tiles first? Is that what I'm doing wrong here?
Continue.
I'm gonna go try to level up. Higher level would help. She's not my girlfriend. I can't hang with Bayonetta. I can't hang with Bayonetta. I like Rosalina. But I'd be too scared to talk to her. Don't. I missed. Nope. There we go. That's a good grab. But I got kebab. Nope. Alright. Yeah, that was way easier. Oof. Alright. I'm gonna go out on a win. I'm gonna call it a night. I need a drink. I'm kind of tired of talking, and I just want to chill out for a little bit. Thank you so much, everyone. I greatly appreciate it. This is gonna go up on the archive channel so everyone can see what Bayonetta did to me. Thank you so much. I don't know when the next stream is. It'll be sometime later in the week. I'll figure it out, and I'll post it on socials. I'll see you then. Thank you again.